Muse TALKS, so today we are talking about how much should you practice the piano each day. Adult beginners and parents of new piano students often wonder how long to practice the piano or how many days a week to practice the piano. This is a great question, although the exact length of practice time that suggests can vary greatly depending on the number of different factors. It seems like traditional piano practice advice was practice 30 minutes a day. Parents of piano students or adults returning to the piano might remember their childhood piano teachers encouraged that magic number of 30 minutes of practice each day. However, 30 minutes is really just an arbitrary amount of time, and while it might be the right amount of the time for some piano students to accomplish some tasks at the piano, it's not the right amount of time for everyone in every situation. If you are trying to find the right amount of the practice time for your household, today we will explore 4 parts to ask yourself. First part is, what is your goal? This is a really important starting place when trying to figure out how much to practice. Piano goals can vary from recreational goals to high-achieving goals, and of course, there's a lot of gray area in between these two types of goals. Recreational goals might look like this. I want to learn the piano so I can play duet with my daughter at Christmas time. My child wants to learn the piano to learn how to play his favorite Disney songs. My child enjoys music and we just want to keep her interested in music through the piano lesson. On the other hand, achievement-based goals might look like this. My child wants to major in music in college and he needs to prepare for auditions. I want to learn him so like I can play at my church. I want to enter our child in piano contest and festival and participate in all of the recitals. You can imagine that there's a huge variation in the amount of time that it takes to achieve these goals. And really, 30 minutes might be adequate some days, but it probably isn't the right answer in most of these situations. So let's go to the next part. What is your level? It really doesn't make a lot of sense to expect a brand new beginning piano student, whether a child or adult, to practice for 30 minutes a day. Beginner piano pieces often take 1 minute or less to play. Even if the student is playing it very slowly or stopping to work on typical spots, it's unlikely that anyone could fill 30 minutes playing 1 minute piece or even 3 to 5 1-minute pieces. So, in the early stages, maybe 10 to 15 minutes is enough time to help you or your child reach the goals. Of course, if you just enjoy practicing and playing, or if you are moving along really quickly, you will want to add more time to that. But in the first several weeks, it doesn't take a huge amount of time to practice, and trying to do too much early on can lead to fast burnout or over practicing or poor technique. The first part is, how much time do you have? This might seem obvious, but it's really important to set a realistic practice goals that are feasible and achievable for your household. Between school and work schedules, many families are away from their home for much of days. There might even be a couple of days each week that you are away from your piano all day and there simply isn't time to practice piano. Think through the logistics of your week and plan practice time for practical, productive time of the day. The last part is, what can you do for a consistent routine? Consistency is key for beginning pianists. It's almost more important to focus on getting to the piano as many days as possible than it is to worry about how much time to spend once you are there. For children and adults trying to form new habits, sometimes the most challenging part of practicing is just carving out the time or finding the motivation to get to the piano. Make it a priority to get to the piano every day possible. If there is a day or two each week where it's impossible to practice, Don't sweat it, but don't let practicing slip on the other day when you could practice. Find ways to build piano practice in with your other daily routines. Maybe practicing after dinner works for your family. Maybe first things in the morning is better. Maybe you need to include piano practice into your child's homework routine. Maybe weekend days are key practice times for you. Anyway, find what works for you and plan to stick with it. Thinking through these 4 parts should help you start to understand what is realistic and reasonable for your own situation. So I hope you like this video. See you next time. Bye bye.